The words of the Frederick Douglass character here are all taken directly from Douglass's 1845 book, Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, an American Slave.
First, it's important to know that during American slavery, enslaved children could not go to school, were not taught to read. Often at a young age, they were made to work. In 1827, when Frederick Douglass was about 9 years old and considered of working age, he is sent to work for a Mr. Auld in Baltimore, Maryland. The new master's wife begins to teach young Frederick to read and write. In his narrative, Frederick tells us what happens next.
Mr. Auld found out what was going on, and at once forbade Mrs. Auld to instruct me further, telling her, among other things, that it was unlawful, as well as unsafe, to teach a slave to read. Mr. Auld said there would be no keeping him. It would forever unfit him to be a slave. He would at once become unmanageable and of no value to his master. As to himself, it could do him no good, but a great deal of harm. It would make him discontented and unhappy.
The man's obstruction didn't discourage Frederick. Fact is, Mr. Auld's words had the opposite effect. They gave Frederick a fired-up determination.
These words sank deep into my heart, stirred up sentiments within that lay slumbering, and called into existence an entirely new train of thought. It was a new and special revelation, explaining dark and mysterious things with which my youthful understanding had been struggling, but struggled in vain. I now understood what had been to me a most perplexing difficulty, to wit, the white man's power to enslave the black man. It was a grand achievement, and I prized it highly. From that moment, I understood the pathway from slavery to freedom.
Young Frederick soon put himself back on that pathway, the pathway from slavery to freedom, by using those moments when he had to run errands on the streets of Baltimore.
The plan which I adopted, and the one by which I was most successful, was that of making friends of all the little white boys whom I met in the street. As many of these as I could, I converted into teachers. With their kindly aid, obtained at different times and in different places, I finally succeeded in learning to read. When I was sent of errands, I always took my book with me, and by going one part of my errand quickly, I found time to get a lesson before my return. I used also to carry bread with me, enough of which was always in the house, and to which I was always welcome. For I was much better off in this regard than many of the poor white children in our neighborhood. This bread I would bestow upon the hungry little urchins, who, in return, would give me that valuable bread of knowledge.